crunchy and flavorful. Why not give CHUN'S roasted seaweed snacks a try? Combined with extra crispy brown rice chips, these delectable treats are flip sides of fun! Available in many varieties, the two we'll be focusing on today: go-chu-jang, a traditional Korean hot sauce, and Korean-style barbecue flavor. CHUN'S, simple gourmet Asian cuisine.
I miss my kazoo! I had a whole funny little anecdote that I wanted to do in preparation for this week's episode of Young. I was all gonna do, Little Mermaid songs, on the kazoo, but I look everywhere. I don't know where it could be. I don't get it. I always put it in the very same place every day. Guys, if you have any idea where my kazoo might be, I mean, maybe there are some clues in past episodes or something. Let me know, give me a holler. I read all your comments, so, let me know down below, and hopefully we can find it together, because I'm a broken dog. I guess I could sing it. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You think about going up there, well, that's not the same. Ugh. You know what? There's one thing, while we're talking about lost items, stuff that you covet and stuff that you want to have but you can't find, when I'm talking about seaweed, nobody wants seaweed. You go to the beach and that's something you find and you're not looking for it. But yet, it usually comes to you in abundance. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to Robert Moses Beach, and I would just, go in the water, doggy paddle out there past where the waves are really, really strong. When I come back, I'd have a big lay of seaweed around my neck. It was disgusting. It smelled gross. You didn't want to touch it. It was just so bleh. So, naturally, I want a snack. What shows up in the old wicker basket over there, courtesy of the Divinity Crate? Seaweed crisps! The thing that we used to not want and would just turn away if anybody gave it to us for free. Now people are paying for it and actually eating it. And I am certain there are other types of seaweed out there. I'm sure this is not the same seaweed that you would find at a beach or sitting along a shoreline just being all sorts of ungodly and making everything seem all nasty, because nobody wants that at their beach. I remember, I don't see it so much nowadays, but I remember when I was a kid, it was like an epidemic. There were some summers that would practically be ruined by seaweed. Seaweed and those little jellyfishes. Yeah, I used to hate those things, and it makes me not want to go in the water, but that's a whole other story altogether. But yeah, seaweed is a common thing. If you eat sushi and stuff like that, people gobble seaweed right up. If you go to Chinatown and you find all sorts of those dried meat snacks, there's always some degree of seaweed there. I can imagine these are going to have a very strong seaweed smell. This is CHUN'S roasted seaweed snacks. We got two different varieties here, at least the Divinity Crate. Even when it tortures me, it gives me a little variety. We have a crunchy, sweet and spicy flavored. I'm guessing this is more of an unflavored version. And this one is a Korean-style barbecue flavor. I should probably put the fast forward on this review if I want this to end at some point, because I got a lot of tasting to do apparently. Opening this sucker up, I already know what this is gonna smell like, but I may as well just give it a smell-see. Oh yeah, this smells. Ugh. It's just it's like when you travel and every once in a while you go to some shop and they'll have fishes just hanging outside in the free breeze just swinging. Yeah, stuff like that. That's exactly what this smells like. If you've ever encountered that, because I'm sure I've encountered that in my travels. It almost looks like, those potato crisps that they used to have? Keebler made them a long time ago. On one side of the potato chip was a potato flavor, on the other side was a skin flavor. Something similar going on here, where we got seaweed on one side, and on the other side, I think it looks almost like a rice kind of texture. And if I can read the back of this and inspect the ingredients here, Yeah, there's a big component of brown rice in these snacks, so maybe it won't be so bad because it's going to nullify that seaweed taste. I mean, honestly, I don't know what seaweed tastes like. I've never had a seaweed snack before. I've eaten sushi before with seaweed, but the seaweed is just there to hold everything in. It doesn't really have a pungent taste as far as I know. But rest assured, there's nowhere to run from this. There's some kind of degree of salty and spicy here, but I'm assuming I'm gonna taste predominantly seaweed here. So I guess I'll pop it in my mouth and I'll let you know what I think. My God. No wonder why this is reduced in price. Good lordy, but gordy, it tastes so much like the sea. If you've ever fallen off of a boat when you were a kid, or I don't know, if you went to the beach and you actually swallowed some seawater, that's exactly what this tastes like. I don't even really need to elaborate on the taste. It's exactly what it tastes like. No, look at this one. It's got like transparent parts of it. It's almost like it's not cropped correctly. Beats me. I mean, there's some good and some bad about it. I mean, I could choke a few of these down, but it'll literally be me choking. Yeah, that weird sea taste, I'm not a big fan of that, but the spicy taste is actually quite pleasant. The two tastes don't exactly interconnect at any point. It's just like you got two separate tastes bouncing around in your mouth at all times. And yeah, I think that's a problem. The thing that it actually smells, actually when I put it up to my nose just there, it actually smells kind of pleasant. But it doesn't smell at all what it tastes. Alright, I'm gonna try the Korean style barbecue. Maybe this one will taste a little bit better. If it does, then I'll have to worry about trying to figure out the half rating because they're gonna be two different ratings. Looks almost identical to the other one. You got like the rice on one side and you got seaweed on the other side. The rice looks a little bit whiter, but I don't know if that's a coincidence. Maybe it's the shakens that are on here. Maybe it's whatever Korean style barbecue spice is on here to flavor this. Makes it a different color. I don't know. I'm gonna pop it in my mouth. I'll let you know if it's any better than this one. It's okay. You know what? It's a little bit better than this one because the seaweed taste, that weird taste of the sea, that you know, that seawater, like fish, kind of fishy taste, is a little bit more drowned out by the Korean spice. In fact, I can pop a few of these in my mouth. It won't be as painful. In fact, that's actually not bad. I mean, I can think of about 100 things I would rather eat than this. I mean, potato chips, cheese doodles, Cheetos, peanuts. Why your mind would go to seaweed, I have no freaking clue. But this is definitely the way to go. Don't get this one unless you really, really love the taste of seawater. If I were to give this one a half rating, I'll give it 2 halves because it's just bottom of the barrel. You'll feel like you're licking the ocean floor if you're eating Auntie CHUN'S seaweed crisps. Oh wait, these are go-chu-jang flavored. Go-chu-jang! I'm hoping the announcer can clarify because this is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. I'm eating go-chu-jang on Yuckeryum. And these I would have to give, as far as a half rating goes, I will give these, I'll give it 3 halves. A rating of 3 halves because they're eatable, but am I gonna eat this whole bag? No. There are tons of other things I would rather be eating in this house than this. I mean, hell, I've got all those leftover potato chips from when I did the Lay's Do Us a Flavor review. I've got, I don't know, I'm sure there's something here to eat. I really don't want to be stuck with this just as the only thing to eat around here. You know what? You know what would really calm my nerves right about now? Something that I would want and something I cannot have. My kazoo! Ah! I don't get it, I miss it! It was a permanent staple here on this show. It made every show all sorts of bright and chipper and happy, and look at this, I've got seaweed crisps in front of me, and nothing! Just surrounded by sorrow! Good buddy Hottie Scotty Pancake 603 saying until next time, where we once again ask the question, is it yuck? Or is it yum? Or is it yuck or yum?
Bids! America and Canada's #1 producer of Marvel-related action figures. They've got the X-Men and women, as well as the Hulkster himself. On top of everything else, they sell candy. I guess you could say they're the leading source of treats, toys, and gizmos. Now I gotta say before I wrap up here, I still haven't received any compensation for the rough go I had a few episodes back. Still waiting for you to send some little gimmicks to me in the mail called checks. Hottie Scotty Pancake, if that is your real name, I'll give you one more warning. Keep a brother happy, cause when the going gets tough, old Stone Cold takes his ball, wait, his flip-flops, wait, his tomato plant, wait, his kettlebells, wait, his Alpha Brian, wait, his framed velvet portrait of Ted Fowler, wait, his Pearl River neon beer clock hand spin around that son of a bitch like a rotisserie chicken, wait, and he runs!